welcome to another episode of Elevate and Educate Beyond the Harbour. Today's special guest is Sir Mohib from BCP Head Office, Senior Manager. Thank you so much for being here.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you for inviting me.
Great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell the audience actually.
Yeah, glad to. So it's been a couple of years since I've joined Beacon House, but before that I have experience from very different industries, which gives me a unique set of eyes. I can see the program in a different way, and that's why my vision for BCP is quite different from what was happening a few years back. So I want to introduce new student-led initiatives. I want to include more out-of-the-box kind of events, such as we just held our e-gaming event last year. I heard about that. We'll have a second iteration of that this year. We are elevating the level of our Beacon House College fair, which is our national event in KLI. And we also we actually want our students to take the initiatives, come up with different ideas and share it with your respective school heads or principals, and then we can incorporate it into the calendar for that school.
No, I think that's so vital, and I'm really glad that you brought it up. So I'm new. It's been about 7-8 months since I've been here, but I really like BCP Harbourfront. I was very pleasantly surprised when I joined. So I've worked at various other A-level colleges and a university here in Karachi, and I can see those those institutes have a really strong extracurricular activity program, which I would really want us to have as well.
Yes. So it evolves with time, and for now, as we grow in size in terms of at BCP Harbourfront, I think the students will take ownership of different activities. We need to give them the space to actually come up with new initiatives.
Yeah, definitely.
So that will then further perpetuate the idea that we can do something out of the box. Something that the students are excited about, not us as management, because we are coming from a different era and we now want our young generation to take the initiative.
Yeah, for sure. I think and this is so important when it comes to not just university applications, but even into the job market.
Of course. Even at job, you are given a few set of rules or guidelines, and you have to make your own mark over there, because if you keep on doing just the bare minimum, then you'll easily be either replaced or you won't get the next opportunity. We have to inculcate this value in our students so that they are able to take that initiative.
And I think if we look at the climate today, it's not like we're preparing students for the job that they'll have tomorrow or in a couple of years. We're preparing them for the jobs they might have in 5, 10, 15 years.
Exactly. Think of all the industries that have been disrupted in the past 10 years. So with the age of internet, all the connected super apps, with AI coming in now, the whole way of working will change. The environment, work from home versus working in office. That's also that dynamic is also supposed to change, and on the job new skill requirement, because jobs will be merging, different roles will be coming up which we haven't heard of before, because these are all human created roles and jobs, right? So they are bound to change in a couple of years. So these are interesting times that we're living in, and but also difficult times ahead. So our students should actually have that grit, that and those basic skills, so that they can build up on that in any field that they're in.
And I think, especially after COVID, what we've learned is that most importantly, you need flexibility. Right? Because I think going through COVID, all the memories of that time, you had to be really flexible.
Some scary memories out of that as well. A lot of scares during the time, and that goes to show that we live in a fragile world, even though we think that we have very concrete structures, but at a moment's notice, overnight things change.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So we have to prepare for the change and adapt to it when the time comes, rise up to that occasion. And it's only possible if our students are empowered enough to take ownership of that situation at that time, have those problem solving skills, have those cognitive skills to actually flourish in a changing environment.
I think it's not so much about academics anymore. I know, like, you know, in my parents' generation, you got the grades, you went to a good university, then you got like a good job, right? But
so the paths were very well defined. And today, even if we talk about ourselves, we are somewhat second guessing if we made the right choice, because so many opportunities, some of them might be right for us, but we haven't tried them, so we're not sure. So it's always an evolving situation now. We can't just stick to one thing. Okay, we do something over and over again and it will definitely result in something good. There's always a chance that maybe we can do it better.
For sure.
One thing I wanted to touch upon over here is that in this day and age, talking about technology and all, we have all the resources, the study material, the step-by-step guides and everything. All we need to, anybody, the young people as well as us, all we need to do is to start taking an initiative. Because we have the knowledge base, the action is what's required. We are into a system or a culture of consuming a lot of information, but maybe not acting upon it, because then we get into this internal dialogue of, oh, what if it's failure? And we have to be open to the idea that failure is good in terms of if you try something, it doesn't work out, you try something different. Right? So fail fast and act fast. That's
so there's no failure, only feedback.
Exactly. And this also requires a change in our culture as well. We as leadership, as school team, we tend to mark failure with a red mark, right? I think that's okay in terms of assessments or something, but in general the thinking should not be like that. It should be much more supportive. Okay, so if you failed, what were the reasons? Why was it not a success? Okay, can we rework on that, or should we come up with a new idea? That should be the kind of approach, and it should be very inviting for the students, for everybody in general, to do something and to know that we have a support structure around it. It could be you as a career counselor or a well-being advisor, or as other school staff. They should be supportive. Okay, so come to us and we'll brainstorm on the idea, we'll refine it for the next time.
I mean, letting them know they're not alone. Like, they have me, they have, Sarayaz, they have Miss Raja, who's the school coordinator. So there's lots of support here at BCP Harbourfront, just alone, for our students. What are your thoughts about BCP Harbourfront?
So I am very excited with this new project because we've shifted from a different location. This is a much more purpose-built campus. We want to take it into a direction where academics is at the center, and then we have initiatives that build upon that. It could be in terms of extracurriculars like music, and it can also be in terms of hardcore sciences. We should be having more future forward-looking events, forward-looking debates and conferences where we can actually discuss ideas for the future. So my whole aim is to focus on the core, because education is our core. So let's focus on that for sure. We can't do away with that. We shouldn't be ignoring that. But at the same time, build upon that with such activities that will prepare our students for the future. I think that's core to our mission.
So we have quite a few exciting events already planned for our students, but more than that, let's see see where our students, decide to take it further.
Exactly. They should have that platform so that they can come up with their own ideas and execute them, maybe at a small level in the first year, but if it's successful, grow it to the next level.
Yeah, I mean a lot of other schools have started from the small level, and now we have they had amazing big events.
Of course. Even if it is something like music, I believe having a healthy culture around that is also beneficial. It lets the students vent out, blow some steam off, just jam, so things like that should be coming in from the students.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're here to support them.
Yeah, more than that, we're here for all of our students. Whatever ideas or dreams or aspirations, come talk to us. We were more than happy, to
Last but not least, let's talk about the end goal of all this.
Yes.
That's where you come in.
The end goal. So being the career advisor, I think my end goal is ensuring that students have a great overall application that they can showcase to universities, because then universities take it further than that, right? And then your university years are such a journey. So finding the right fit for you, having the right application, preparing yourself beforehand,
and along with that, universities just don't want the regular set of achievements these days. They also want the student to show a unique side of them.
Exactly.
So the basic social work doesn't work now.
Yeah.
They have to go above and beyond that. They should show an impact that goes beyond just working for SOS Village or TCF.
Exactly. They have to showcase, really unique stuff. Stuff that, let's say, is very relevant to Pakistan, like the social aspect of it, but stuff that not everyone is doing.
Exactly.
Everyone goes and volunteers at TCF or WWF or does these internships, but are you really making an impact? So thinking outside the box, what more can you do? I remember when the floods hit in 2020, I believe it was, or was it 22? Because there were two sets of floods. But I remember there were these A-level students who, took on this initiative of providing sanitary packs for women, and they got so much blowback, unfortunately, from men that this is haram and this is taboo. But they didn't let it stop them. They still decided to forge ahead. And then they did it. The women who were in need were so thankful and grateful that someone is actually listening to them and making a difference. You're breaking.
Because these are the ignored parts of our society. And if our students don't take that as a challenge, then who will? Because the rest of the nation is already troubled with other challenges, right? So our students have that bandwidth. They can actually do that as an initiative.
And it's about social work and balancing it with leadership work as well.
Of course. We have seen we've reviewed a lot of sort of student profiles over the years, and the students who stand out the most are the ones who have not only worked as an intern but have taken that cause further. And did a pilot in a rural area, or built a community around anything, and then that creates an impact, which the universities also appreciate.
Definitely. So it's academics always you have to be
without saying
good, but then also outside of academics, especially if you look at Ivy Leagues in the US, everyone who applies is going to have 1600. They're all going to have perfect A's, a perfect 4.0 GPA. So what will make you stand out to these Ivy Leagues? Because grades, they're going to assume you're perfect.
Exactly.
Right?
And then which programs you apply for, so that also matters a lot. That it should be in line with something that you've done, or it should be in line with the overall story of your life, where you're coming from, what have you been up to till A levels. So the program that you choose should have some coherence with your backstory.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's also necessary. That's where you come in.
Yes.
I hope that the new students that come in, you're able to guide them. You have the time to guide them
Yes.
from the very first day.
Yeah.
What they need to do, because A1 is a time where they can actually put in some good work.
Exactly.
Which stands out in their application.
I think
later on,
AS is so crucial because by the time you start your A2, the applications are already going out. Like I think mid-October is the first deadline.
Exactly. So as soon as you're in A levels, you're just settling into your new classes, and then
the work gets started. But it doesn't have to be so daunting, you know. Like it can be. You can get involved with the community. You can get involved in activities. You can bring a little fun into it. It doesn't have to be like, you know, constantly studying or working. That's not what we want.
Exactly. So maybe somebody who's good at playing the guitar can go to this this street school under the bridge. I'm forgetting the name of that school, and just go play the guitar or jam with the students over there.
I think that's a great initiative.
If that musician can do it week on week for 6 weeks, maybe that becomes a unique thing that he's done.
For
just
sure.
Brainstorming ideas. That's
where I come in. I think I could also go on for hours.
Pressure's on you.
Oh my God. But I could go on for hours and hours about this because I've been working as a college counselor for a very long time now, like years actually. So I have a wealth of information, but too much for this podcast.
For another time.
Inshallah. Exactly. So thank you so much. I thought we had a really wonderful chat.
Thank you so much.
Some great points.
Pleasure to be here and sharing my thoughts. I hope we can do this again sometime.
For sure. Would love to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks.